Another episode of Courtney G's Spot live 9 p.m. on Friday night. We're doing our thing, doing what we do every Friday night, coming to you live. We're going to go kind of fast, deep into it tonight. We got a lot of things going on in the YouTube world. We're trying to figure out this behind the scenes. You might have heard of this, Coppa. It's these new rules coming out of the FTC trying to bring down protection of children, which makes a lot of sense. But we have a lot of questions. Everybody has a lot of questions. So I, myself, and our background, Tuzin, our third host tonight, is going to ask a lot of questions. But, of course, behind the scenes, our producer, DC, is in the house.
What up, what up?
He's the one that is going to be answering these questions for us. He's been doing a lot of research, so we're hoping to get these things off and hopefully calm a lot of nerves. So we've been hearing a lot of people are kind of shutting down their channels, trying to get scared, trying to be I don't know what's really happening out there. Everybody is freaking out about these new rules. It's all it is doing is protecting children. We're kind of coming to an understanding of what this basic is going to bring out of the woodwork, but we want to really come to light of all the underlinings, and we have pages on pages on pages of the behind the scenes because DC, he's on it. He's trying to make this YouTube thing work. You guys have been with us for a long time. You know what's going on with us. We like to bring the balance of the world. We're trying to bring everybody together. We like to do our thing every Friday and Saturday night live, and here we are again, 15 episodes deep, and we're going to answer, hopefully, every question. So if you have something, we're here live. Ask us right now. Bring it in right now. If you have a question, bring it in. We don't know what you are asking, but we're going to ask from your perspective. Hopefully we can answer anything that's going on. So first of all,
speaking of having answers, and obviously the title of the video finally answers to this whole thing.
Finally answers the Coppa.
As the description states, there's a disclaimer all the way down there. So if you don't follow what I say here, go ahead down there. It basically states what I'm trying to say. This is not legal advice.
No, absolutely no legal advice. This is just observation, education, and interrogation. Nothing?
But,
okay, that's fine. No big deal.
We're working. Again, we if you're new here, thank you. What's going on?
Thank you for coming in. Courtney G Spot.
We're just basically what we're trying to do is create a community of people that can come hang out and try to do good things in the world together. Eventually, we would like to grow and do awesome things. If you like what you see here, this is kind of what we do.
Every Friday and Saturday night, we're here. Whatever time this is, your time zone. For some reason, you're picking up on this later, and you see this is
9 p.m.
9
U.S. Central Time.
When
we go on.
We're doing our thing. We don't have the answers, but we're trying to bring
some calm, something. You guys are freaking out. Like I've seen me. I don't watch TV. YouTube is my life. So when I heard about this, and as you can see, we've got 37 subscribers. I think it is now. We're trying to get started here ourselves, and now as
we're running off a hotspot on my cell phone. Like, this is not even professional. We're low-key, real people. We're real just like you.
They're cheap.
No.
Everything's in the mansion.
Yeah, the cheap
you don't get it if you're new here.
Yeah,
please watch
some of the episodes.
Videos.
Yeah.
Anyways, so into this whole thing.
Coppa. What is Coppa? DC, what is Coppa? Tell me what Coppa stands for.
Okay, so it's actually what happened was, let's go ahead and talk about what happened. If you don't know what happened.
Okay, we'll bring back to what happened.
Coppa is the Child Online Privacy Protection sorry. And the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, agency, and
Child Online Privacy Protective Agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you know, they've fined Google and YouTube as an entity of Google $170 million for collecting children's data to show them targeted ads.
Google has been collecting children's data to target ads to children. This is what's happening.
So they can sell them toys and stuff.
Oh my gosh!
That's not the big problem, and this.
That's not the big problem.
That's not where they messed up.
Okay, that's not the big problem. You guys ready for this? So that's not the big problem.
Where they messed up is they tried to make a deal with all these big companies, and I believe I have a list in here somewhere. Again, I've been doing lots of research.
DC has some real Stephen.
Yeah, no, this is.
I've got all the stuff here.
You ever seen a movie where the guy is posting stuff on the walls with the tags? He's got the lines from point to point. Like, okay, he was in this location. That's what's going on behind the scenes.
All right, here we go. So I think they were trying to market stuff to big names such as Walmart, Hasbro, Netflix, Chuck E. Cheese.
They were
and
giving more
Nickelodeon.
children's information to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. So yeah, and I guess what happened, because
Chucky.
this is I've read the official complaint. We will have a lot of information in the description when the show is over. If you know anything about this, there's plenty of information and a lot of other people's
You
stuff.
can Google that.
Matt Pat specifically, and
Matt
Chad
Matt
Tronic.
Pat.
Matt Pat, MATTPAT,
Okay.
and
Matt Pat.
Chad Tronic,
Chad Tronic.
CHADTRONIC.
Okay.
Both did videos on this, very informational. They have lots of good information in the descriptions, and we will try to mirror that in ours at the end of the
Just
show.
shout outs. Okay, here we go.
So, yeah, the parents mainly, I guess, in these big corporations that were sitting around the table listening to Google try to pitch this pitch, got upset.
Yeah.
And
I would imagine.
teamed up with Coppa, the FTC, and apparently the state of New York. I don't know what their official thing with the whole thing is,
Okay.
but they are a part of the complaint. And so that's how they got sued the $170 million.
Okay.
So now what's happening is everybody's freaking out because nobody understands what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube channels shutting down. If I understand right.
If you type in Coppa, there's probably at least 25% of the videos that pop up are talking about, this is going to be my last video. I'm not making videos anymore. I'm shutting down my channel. You may not see videos here anymore. That's what's happening, and that's why we're talking about this. This is again, this is what the channel's talking about.
But essentially, what we need to do is calm down. First of all,
hopefully, we can provide you some calming words in this video because I've got a lot of notes here. I feel like I might have some solid answers.
If you aren't marketing to children, essentially, don't look like you're marketing.
Well, here's the deal.
That's probably an easy one to start with. What can we do and what can't we do?
Okay, so that's the thing, is everybody's freaking out because there's not a list per se, a definite list of what says you are over here or you
as
are
your
over
opinion, because he read all the background. Is what it is.
I've watched the 45-minute conference. I read all the documents that you can read.
From your unprofessional opinion,
this is my
what
opinion.
would we need to do to avoid running into these people?
Getting penalties and fines.
Yeah, and then getting penalties and fines.
So as you know, if you create videos, you have to now mark your videos for children or not for children.
Right.
And if you mark your videos,
you've seen that. If you guys go live or even click on a video, there's that little button at the bottom that'll tell you.
So, if you mark your videos as children content, what currently happens is you will not have comments available. People can't like or save your videos in any playlists. Basically, your video is not going to pop up anywhere except on your home page. So somebody would have to come to your specific channel.
So if you mark this as an adult page.
Yeah. Shout out to Jang. Oh, hold on. I don't want to say it wrong.
So if you make this as an adult page, the only way that anybody is going to know you're doing what you're doing is to actually go directly to your page.
Absolutely. So say Jang Bricks.
Say that one more time.
Jang Bricks, and that's JANG Bricks.
JANG Bricks, BRICKS.
What was the first shout out?
The first shout out was Matt Pat, and then Chad Tronic.
Bringing it back.
So say Jang Bricks, he does lots of things with Lego sets, and he obviously the deal is currently the deal is there's a loose list out there that states stuff like I do have some stuff here, but it states like very simple stuff like animated characters, cartoons, toys, child audiences, activities kids like.
So if you project these into your description, your images, your advertisement, your
hashtags count.
Hashtag, I bet you that counts. I bet that
it might count. See, that's the thing. We don't know.
So if you hashtag Care Bears and someone pops up your video and it's not, if you start effing this and screwing that.
Well, see, that's the thing is there is a lot of channels out there that deal with stuff that would be considered toys.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know,
that's what I think some of those people are the ones that are shutting down, right?
Because absolutely. Like anybody that has to do with video games or animated characters, again, referencing Matt Pat, he makes a lot of like adult aimed stuff, but it's about like Pokemon and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I'm 30 years old and I still love Pokemon.
Right.
I don't know about anybody else
I've been
watching.
playing with
Which
my
that's not
son.
fair. That's not fair for older Pokemon fans who want to watch.
Yeah, so that's what they're
I remember
figuring
watching
out.
Pokemon.
So
Pikachu was
somebody-
the first one.
somebody such as Matt Pat, who makes these like animated storytelling videos, could be marked as a kid's video,
Right.
even though he appropriately marks it as not aimed for kids. And no, he doesn't cuss in his videos, and he doesn't make like he tries to stay quote unquote what YouTube calls family friendly.
Mhm.
And
I get that.
As an example, if he made a not family friendly Pokemon animation and marked it as adult content,
Right. Okay.
does he still get fined?
That's a good question.
Even though he
So
went through
The
process
images
of marking
you have
it?
the images of these cartoon characters on your screen, but you have clearly marked it as adult content. Can you still be fined?
the official answer is nobody knows. So
Okay.
Okay,
That's-
so if nobody knows, is it legal for them to start throwing out fines yet? Or is there a cutoff
No,
date?
yes, here's the deal. So right now we are in a period, and everybody, from what I've heard, I have not personally found anything that states here's a date. And matter of fact, to go ahead and throw this little spoiler out there, I've looked everywhere, and I finally got to the bottom of this whole how much you're going to be fined, how you're going to be fined,
Okay.
and who's going to be fined.
It's an
And
amount. It's actually a set amount. There's
no set amount, but there's a definite answer of how the fines are going to work.
Is it per video? Okay. Oh my gosh.
So,
I have
yeah.
so many questions. You
See,
guys have questions?
There's,
I know you do.
I mean,
Hopefully, I can ask them
like I
for you
said-
because there's nobody live asking questions. If you have a question, you're live right now. I see there's two people. Throw a question in the comments down there. I apologize, Susan. Go ahead.
Is it official though? So are
Yes.
they fining people
And
as
this
we
is not-
speak?
No.
No.
Nobody is currently being fined. Again,
Okay.
so
Okay,
to answer the
so
question before I threw that out there. Right now, we are in a state of limbo, and that's why you're seeing YouTube go ahead and make you label your videos. FTC stated that they're a little confused about that because they didn't tell YouTube they had to do that. And they're not requiring YouTube to do that. It's YouTube doing that on their own accord to try to, proceed what they're going to try to make them do to fit into compliance
So
so they
eventually,
don't have problems.
okay. So eventually, this might be set in place, but YouTube is
Eventually.
preventing.
Yeah,
Premeditated.
everybody's saying the first of the year. Now, I personally haven't seen anything that says January 1st, 2020, this is what's happening. If somebody else knows something, please throw it in the comments
Go in the comments. If you
so
guys
I
have-
can be more
I don't want to
informed.
start conspiracy theories, but is this like
if you
is
have
this like a scare tactic for what's to come then? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know that if this is a scare tactic or it's just people freaking out, because nobody. Here's the deal. This is what's happening. And if, again, going back to if you mark your video as for kids or have to, you no longer get the option of using targeted ads. And that's where it comes into play.
That's where I think most of it is. Okay, because remember at the beginning we said that the Google was using your information to target ads to children.
Yeah.
So-
and when they went to that conference with the people they were trying to make the sales pitch to, that's what they were saying. They're saying we're the biggest platform for kids. Here's all this information that shows kids are on our platform.
Uh-huh.
And that's why they freaked out.
So
Because,
YouTube-
obviously they're tracking information. at that
YouTube
point.
just doesn't want to fall on the bandwagon of being gasped at, essentially. So they're trying to hit the nail before.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't want to. And now
I guess that kind of makes sense because is Coppa coming around to other apps, internet entities per se?
Also unclear by my perception. I was not able to find anything else. Now they have had settlements and lawsuits with
Right.
other apps and stuff like that
Right.
before,
Right.
but nothing of this magnitude. And that was actually extremely, my opinion here, very interesting to me when I watched the actual 45-minute conference. it seemed like it was mostly about greed. And the guy actually specifically said that the $170 million pays for the year expenses for the Coppa and FTC company, and the taxpayers should thank them for giving them that break.
Back up. 170 million from what pays for what? Like,
so that's what the settlement came down
to. The settlement.
So the FTC Coppa in New York sued Google and YouTube for collecting data and came up with the 170
Myers,
million.
You suck. Sorry, I know we broke into a random different thing because that's only what's going on in the chat. Back to what we're actually talking about, intellectual stuff, before we were rudely interrupted.
Stay here, Myers. We might go crazy.
It's like you suck. Blah, Myers.
We might go crazy later, but we're on a subject right now, buddy.
We're on a big thing. Back up 15 minutes and pay attention, asshole.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, that's what the whole deal is they got sued at $170
million. So that's what Google got sued. Okay. So YouTube is trying to avoid the $170 million lawsuit. Essentially,
well, no. They already paid $170 million.
YouTube did.
Yeah, they absolutely already paid $170 million. And the deal is
to the FTC.
Yeah, and now they have a period of time to comply before really bad stuff potentially happens if they do not comply.
Until they come out with a date, and until they start finding people, just so our listeners can be at ease.
Yeah,
everyone's safe. Until they announce a date.
If I have a video,
start finding people, are we safe?
Good question.
The legit answer to that is,
as an unprofessional opinion,
an unprofessional legit answer is no one's safe. That is true. Nobody's safe.
This picture right here
is not safe.
Is not safe. If this looks appealing to, I don't have weather
on. I apologize. Listen. So that's actually another part of the key terms that people are freaking out. Is bright colors, fast cuts, and
we're not fast cutting anything.
No, we don't fast cut, but I mean that can be definitely considered bright colors.
Is so vague.
That's exactly what people are saying.
What if I cover this up?
So everybody's saying that bright colors is so vague, and of course everybody tries to make their stuff bright and appealing.
You see, my shirt is black.
I was watching this RC channel that was talking about this, and he said, my particular body color, if you're into RC, you know that you usually pick a color when you're a racer and you go with that color. His is bright orange. So most of his videos have his RC cars in the thumbnail that are bright orange.
That's the color. So you pick a bright cars. It's going to be appealing to children. There's going to be a bright color on the image whenever maybe perhaps if he takes a picture of his RC car,
which could also be considered a toy. Yeah, RC people are freaking out about.
Which I seem unfair. My father / stepfather, he builds them for a living as a hobby. He's a grown man.
So that brings back that question.
And obviously, if you know anything about RC vehicles, like things like the Traxxas X-Max exist. That's an $800 RC vehicle. How are you going to market that to a kid?
So bringing back the question earlier, if you click on the button, the one when you go live, when you make a video, if you've never done this before, when you do that, there's a button now, especially that says, "Is this age-restricted material? Is there something in this not for children?" And you click yes. And you have an image of an RC car that is brightly colored, that perhaps is orange or yellow, that maybe perhaps a 6-year-old might find entertaining, which would, and they click on that, are you in trouble?
That's actually a very good point. And my personal question to like Coppa and the FTC is, can we please get some form of guidelines? And I'll answer why.
You're working on this.
I assume so. So that obviously is coming up to a point. And I'll explain about the fines and everything and all these dates and why January 1st is actually bullshit. January 1st is not the date. It makes sense. Absolutely makes sense that it would make the change at the turn of the year. But nowhere does it say, to my knowledge, that January 1st is the date. And from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that's actually not the date, and there is nowhere that says that.
There's not a solid date that said this is going to happen.
To my knowledge.
This is still YouTube. It sounds like YouTube preemptively
preparing
They put on a diaper before they crap their pants. Is essentially what they were trying to do.
So now here's
they
my
know
question.
they're going to crap their pants.
So here's my question going along with the whole bright colors appealing to children stuff. So
black shirt. Not bright. Let me cover the screen up.
Hey, right, for real. So my 6-year-old, my 9-year-old, when they're allowed to, enjoy watching YouTube. And no, I don't make them watch on the kids app.
Okay.
And I let them use my app that has me signed in.
Okay.
And so, and a lot of the times, they'll again, there's thumbnails, and that's how my 6-year-old picks his videos. He obviously can't read proficiently enough to know that this video is about this. He sees a tiger, he sees a car.
This right here, do you hear this? This is why I feel like this rule is coming into play.
Yeah.
Because of this exact situation, which I'm sure many of us do, which understandably makes sense.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Yes, please.
We talked about toys catering to children. Does food count?
No, that's another thing. These channels, such as the ones that deal with making fancy pancakes.
Mm-hmm. An example,
of course, kids are going to love pancakes.
Right.
Pancake videos. Mickey Mouse is on it, or a cartoon character, or even a car. You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a
pancake with a strawberry
on it. You could put a star on a pancake. A 6-year-old's going to love that.
My example would be, let's say Courtney made a 5-minute clip of him talking about the first time he got laid in vivid detail, and the entire time he's slowly eating Oreos and dunking them in milk. Does that video cater to children?
If I put that Oreo as the image on I feel like that this is the answer. If you don't proclaim your video to represent Oreo, and it's not on the description, it's not on the image that you put on, how there's always an image you put up on YouTube, you gotta go clear. There's something that's gonna pop up. If you don't, if it's me there, if you don't using off the camera instead of that,
using Oreo as clickbait.
Right. Right. If I'm not using Oreo as clickbait, I think that's what's trying to prevent clickbait.
Okay, so you're getting really close to a good point that I'm now going to have to make. So that is the huge deal, is stuff, and that's one of the reasons the comments are turned off on videos that are marked for children, because crazy stuff is going in the comment section. I don't need to tell you what happened in there. You can just imagine the type of stuff that would have to happen in a comment section that would piss off parents that have children.
And you can't control that.
No, it's the same thing as letting your kid play on Fortnite or some sort of any online. You can't control the audio.
If I let my 9-year-old get on Fortnite and there's a 21-year-old playing, I'm not going to blame Fortnite for letting 21-year-olds play Fortnite.
Fault at all.
We're going to get into that later because that's one of my
That's one of those things.
So,
to bring it back real quick, the only reason I'm drinking what I'm drinking off the screen is because I don't represent a brand, and I cannot brand tag until someone gives me money. So it's just
for sure.
A normal drink.
It's just policy reason.
Yeah. Policy.
So, anyways,
I ain't get a brand tag.
So what it's come down to is I have a name here. Let me find it real quick before I start speaking about factual stuff.
And this is bringing it back to the parents that blame other things for their kids doing the things that if you could rewind and go back to our videos, we're not advocates of letting your kids. I can't control my kids. Control your kids. It's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. You're good parents. Just do your thing. So many things to talk about. You guys hang in there. We're going to bring it back.
So specifically, and I believe this is of Coppa. It may have been the FTC. I'm not sure. I just know the 45-minute conference video. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. He's the bureau director. His name is Andrew Smith.
Smith.
He specifically said that they're not trying to kill YouTube creators. They're not trying to shut channels down. They're not trying to find people. They just want kids to be safe.
Calm down.
So, and they specifically stated that he understands that bots, they can't figure it out. They understand that us freaking out aren't really going to know what to tell them. They understand that these people that are making these laws that don't even own a cell phone. Get that. The people that are making these laws don't even own a cell phone. Laws about the internet don't own a cell phone. Okay? They understand that. So when all of this fining people happens, when it happens, they're going to go on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah. So the bots are going to pick up something.
The bots are going to look at your video. Okay, so you have a bright color.
Okay.
You have a cartoon character. Okay, you're going to get thrown. That popped up. You're going to get thrown into a review pile, at which point somebody hired specifically in that field to understand what is going on here. They're not going to let the people that don't own a cell phone choose what is what. But they're going to go into your video and review it for context. That's important right there. They're going to review it for context. Because what they are overall looking for is content that is aimed at kids maliciously.
That's what it is.
That's another thing, too. Are they using a bot or are they using moderators?
They're using a bot to create a pile of videos that need to be moderated.
So they're going to bring in the bot. So
by a living person.
Yeah, by a living person that understands the industry.
Sees the color. The bot sees the hashtag. The bot sees the description. So they bring that into a pot. So then you and me roll through and click on the video and actually watch the video. I assume YouTube would go through this.
The FTC.
YouTube moderator, if you're watching right now, please get on your personal account and help answer these questions in chat, please.
This would be great.
There's no actually.
Tyler, thank you for being here, buddy. I know you're trying to catch up with what we're doing. C.O.P.P.A. Coppa. We're talking about Coppa.
So here's the thing, guys. Now.
Hold on.
What's up? What do we got?
Connection is unstable. Please watch.
We're running through a rift here,
if you guys happen to see this right now, we apologize for this.
Again, we are small YouTubers covering a big subject. We are no longer
I'm going off the house. Okay, we're back on track. Okay.
Anyways, so here's
real quick, Coppa. Children.
All right.
On. Pigs.
Child Online Privacy Protection.
Child Online Privacy Protection Association. Okay.
So, anyways, here's the deal, guys, and here's why. I know there's no number. I know there's no date. I know nobody can know anything because, again, Mr. Andrew Smith, I believe I stated is his name before I quote, Andrew Smith, Bureau Director of the FTC.
Andrew Smith
cannot divulge on the scale of how you are going to be fined. He cannot divulge a date on when they are going to conduct this sweep. They cannot divulge absolute rules on what you should do because this is all still under investigation.
YouTube,
as my personal opinion, then we should be safe until they say a date. We should be safe.
You should be safe. And in fact, at this point...
That's a personal opinion. That's a personal opinion.
Hold on. Let me say... I know. Okay, hold your personal opinions, because let me say what I feel like the public would say to that.
Go ahead, public.
I feel like the public would say, okay, yeah, sure, you say we're going to be safe, but this is still going to happen. Absolutely. It's still going to happen.
Just don't know when.
Maybe not January 1st, though. Again, it's under investigation. He can't say when the sweep's going to happen. Absolutely. If you know anything about court cases, under investigation means shit's not being said.
Yeah.
So
what I think should happen is instead of fining, what they should do is, especially backtrack videos, anything in the past, from right here at this point, past, just alert us as entertainers to just from now on, make sure you do this. Make everything in the past this, and no fines. There should be no fines. There should be not a fine because we didn't know the rules back then.
Perfect. So
there should be no fine unless if you mess up after that.
Yes, absolutely. Here we go. DC in the house. Here we go, everybody.
I've got the answer to if you're going to be fined.
You should not be fined.
We're under investigation. So check it out, guys.
Like us, everybody, right now. Like us deep in. Like us, everybody.
Like this right now.
Subscribe,
subscribe. If you're going to be fined or
not. Will you be fined?
Will you be fined? Again, we're under investigation. Nobody said anything.
Nobody knows.
But listen,
here we go.
This is why officially YouTube got fined. Obviously, they went to a press conference and said, hey, we've got all this information that says we've got kids on our platform and they're from like 8 to 9 or 8 to 12, whatever. And that was the problem. They were collecting data.
Right.
So, and they knew about it. So here's the deal. If you're going to be fined, it's going to be somebody, and I have a list of the people that came up in the court case and were the reason they got fined. Such things, and these are all channels. Again, this was stated officially
Official.
a part of the investigation. Masha and the Bear, Bratelli, Cookies Swirl C, Sandaroo Kids, Evan Tube HD. The kids actually, in particular of Evan Tube HD, the kid that runs the channel is 13 now, but has had the channel for a long time. So part of that whole argument of YouTube's for kids 13 and older, yet they're having kids obviously under the age of 13 make videos and participate in stuff like that.
YouTube covering their ads.
Exactly.
So
anyways, back to
sense.
Little Baby Bum, which does nursery rhymes, Mother Goose Club, again, nursery rhymes, Toy Scouter, I assume it's a toy review channel, and Disney Car Toys. So stuff like that are the people involved in who was fined. So these are not channels that are, I do Legos and
you're not dropping the F-bomb every
RC
now and then.
cars.
You're going to get fined. You don't need to close your channel. Calm down.
Calm down. You're not losing your channel. And listen, okay? The only way you are going to be fined, again, is the way YouTube was fined. If you are making videos that are aimed towards kids to make a profit for yourself, and you have targeted ads on, and you know that you are collecting kids
because of
information to show them specific ads, then you are in trouble if you say you are not doing that. So if you mark your video as not for kids, but you are intentionally, it's just like premeditated murder.
I hope you guys are starting to get it, because I'm starting to get it.
Yeah, so it's just like the difference between I don't know, what is it called? Premeditated. What's the other one when you don't mean to? Okay, so it's like the difference between negligent. It's like the difference between negligent homicide and premeditated murder.
Right.
What YouTube did was premeditated murder. If you make RC
metaphorically speaking, we're not saying YouTubers are murdering people. We're just going to put that out there right now. For the new viewers that just walked in, we now have 7 viewers. We just bumped up a little bit.
We're talking about Coppa the fines and YouTube burning to the ground.
We're not saying YouTube is stabbing people. All we're saying is they're behind the scenes stabbing people metaphorically with ads. What we're trying to we're trying to prevent the harmful integration of children into a robotic society, which turn them into sheeple. We don't want sheeple. So if YouTube is trying to not turn our children into sheeple, I applaud you. We're gonna say thank you. Premeditatively.
So premeditatively, that's what obviously
that's not even a word. We're just making it word.
We don't care anymore.
Premeditatively.
So, listen. So that's what happened. YouTube, the Mr. Andrew Smith said this. Way they were able to find Google and YouTube was they had actual proof.
Calm down.
That they were trying to
target children.
Exactly.
To get more views to make a profit. We're not trying to target children. We haven't cursed yet, but we are not.
We have cursed. We've totally cursed.
You said shit?
We've said a lot of curse words.
I haven't. This tonight. I said curse words.
By YouTube's basis, we've said a lot of curse words.
Yeah, but
listen. Okay, now let's go into the answers, guys.
Damn you guys.
Shit.
Damn it. Anyways, let's go into the answers. What can you
do to prevent yourself from getting in trouble?
And this goes for everybody. So I hope
Tyler, don't tell people we said curse words.
So here's what you guys can do. Listen, in all seriousness, this needs to be taken seriously. Again, we'll have things in the description. There's a place you can go leave a comment to the FTC. We need to be very smart about this. Be nice. Do not be rude.
Sounds like we're not intelligent. I hope you probably haven't hung on to this point. We're 34 minutes deep, and there's no way anybody with an IQ below 120.
If you're not intelligent, good for you. You're part of the 60%.
Yeah, thank God you guys pump our gas.
Anyways, okay, so check it out. So again,
nobody pumps our gas. I pump my gas.
Not here. Other places.
I'm pretty close to Oregon.
I'm pretty dumb.
So anyways, what you can do to fall under this is just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. If you're not targeting kids, bro,
targeting kids,
keep doing what you're doing.
Don't put Pokemon on your screen.
No, listen though. Like, okay, so you go to Matt Pat's channel, or you go to like anybody that does like video game reviews.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't think of his name right now, but there's a very good one. That's like pretty much all he does, and he even has a series on Pokemon. So listen, you obviously made your video for an adult audience. Yes, you are.
We are adults. If you made it this far, you have an attention.
So and hold on, now I gotta look it up. It's
keep going. We gotta keep it flowing. Attention span. Jack Septic Eye. What's Jack Septic Eye? Explain yourself, Tyler. We have 6 people in the room. Why is there not more thumbs up? Give me a thumbs up. Push that button. Subscribe. Get in here. Keep going. Because you know we're talking about something you guys are interested in.
So,
likes.
Mr. Proto Mario, my friend, as you can see me, sir, through his channel.
Proto Mario.
Look, you can see all those things are all Pokemon characters.
Push that like button.
Here's one, Donald Trump, Nintendo Switch. I mean, that's all stuff that's going to be interested.
Right. Generated towards children. Exactly.
It's interesting to children.
Yeah, there's toys all over the place. If it was a kid, I'd be pushing all over that.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's Pokemon. So, anyways.
Is he getting in trouble for the targeted ads, or would he get in trouble for doing anything that's considered adult content?
So, it's not that they're getting in trouble. Again, the issue is collecting children's information.
Yeah.
So the targeted ads is thus then collecting children's information.
How do we as YouTubers keep targeted ads off our channel?
Well, there is actually a specific place you can go into your options and turn off targeted. What did Tyler say? Go ahead.
He said just big money fines. That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly, Tyler.
That's exactly what it is.
You are 1,000% right. So again, it's going to only be channels such as the one stated, or what is that kid? Ryan's World. Ryan's World. It's now okay. Channels like that.
I moved the camera.
Yeah, you're like.
I moved off. I moved off. Oh my gosh! You guys might have seen more of the mansion. Are you guys seen more of the mansion yet?
That's not cool. They can see. They can see some blinds.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god! So, anyways,
Consuela.
Fix this. All right, here we go.
So, Ryan's World.
Ryan's World. Everybody knows Ryan's World. His mystery eggs are all over the map.
Oh, I don't know anything about them. Again,
no, you don't know mystery eggs. Oh my god, they're not. Okay. We're old, but do you remember the Toys R Us book back in the day?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Or J.C.Penney's, or there was always a series of Robux catalog that was sent out in the mail that always had a bunch of toys, especially around Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazon just did their thing. Amazon, you guys.
Which I hate that Amazon. If you can hear me, stop sending me catalogs on stuff I can just look up online.
Oh,
it's so silly.
Yeah. But there's a Ryan's mystery egg. That is a toy. You don't know what's in the toy, but it's a giant egg. That's a mystery egg.
I've seen those.
Yes, but that's the Ryan's thing. I think this is part of the problem. Is because of this situation with this child, and has marketed millions of dollars off of
children, and that's what they got fined for. So again, as a part of the investigation, that $42,000 whatever you're going to be fined is not a real number, because as a part of the investigation, they cannot tell you what they fined YouTube for. All they can tell you is it was $170 million settlement, which is off of
everybody,
which is off of videos that they could prove was targeted towards children. The revenue of those videos.
Give us a thumbs up. Keep subscribing.
Kind of, sort of off subject. If it's a child, now we have to ask where the money is actually going to. Are the parents pocketing the money?
Of course they are. There's no 6-year-old boy.
100%. It has been proven that Ryan's World, it's got to be run, and you can't have a Google AdSense account as a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
So all that money is going in their kid's pocket. In the parents' pocket. I'm sorry. That's my mess up. In the parents' pocket, because there is no rules like in movie land where it has to go back to the child. Now, the parent only gets so much. It absolutely 100 goes to the parent, and that's a problem. That's another problem, is those types of channels where the parents are exploiting their children to make money. That's a part of the complaint. So if you're not exploiting a child to make money, then you can have your children in your video. Mr. Freaking Matt Carricker from Off the Ranch, Demolition Ranch, and Vet Ranch, his children are in his videos all the time. He's not using his children to bring kids into his channel. He's already a family-friendly channel. But
what were you saying?
As long as they can prove that a portion of the money is still going to the child, what the child wants, because if they're saying,
what did you say?
If they're saying
what portion?
For example,
90%.
Here's an example. Let's say that your kid claims to have a stream, but because he's not 18, you have to do it for him. He makes, let's say, as an example, $100,000 this month on that stream. Now, you as a parent, you as a logical parent are going, okay, I have to, I'm buying a new house.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's one of those things where you talk to the child where as an example,
it helps him.
As an example, as a 9-year-old child, if we made $100,000, I'm going to use $90,000 to help this family out, and I'll give you a 9-year-old. Make that very clear. A 9-year-old. I'm going to give you $10,000. You can do whatever you want to include make your stream better.
Yeah.
Now, if you could prove that was going on, that's different, because I have no problem watching a child exploit other children. That's fine. I consider that fair game as a neutral person. But as a grown adult, and then that the child's not getting
my personal
they're getting the Macaulay
Culkin.
Yeah, thank you.
Macaulay Culkin. That whole Alone situation. Michael Jackson in a fireplace.
His parents blew all that money.
Yeah. My son himself has asked me. He said, "Why don't you put me on YouTube?" I said, "There's no way I will ever." I don't even want to release his name. I don't want to exploit.
That's another thing too. If you're going to put your kid on the internet,
I'm
either go all out and make it theirs, or back off and don't put your child in there.
They get 75+%. If you're not buying anything that does not advance your child with the money they are making, you're a piece of shit.
It's no different than if during these live streams you picked up your cat for 5 minutes, held in front of the camera, and called the cat video.
Yeah, we don't call our videos cat videos. I've had my stupid little cat. I'm not a cat video. I boycott cat videos. If you know go back and watch my videos. I'm not a cat video. That doesn't make any sense. You all know what cats are. You know what they do. There's no reason a cat video should get 15 million views.
# children equal cat videos.
Yeah. # children are better cat videos. Why are we not spreading Tom McDonald, rappers, all these guys out there that are making awesome videos and these cat videos? I'm sorry. That was a tiny little rant and a rage. I apologize. If you would have seen everybody's face behind the scenes, we all hate cat videos.
Are we done on the Coppa topic?
We're not completely done, but
we're 43 minutes
We're
deep.
definitely winding down. So let's get to the main punch again. So stop freaking out. There's not
calm down.
There's not going to be any rules. You're not going to get fined unless you
don't exploit children.
Yeah.
Simple hashtag. Can we hashtag that?
Wait, I got to finish before people freak out. You are not going to get fined if you are not exploiting children.
Simple.
To get ad revenue.
Simple.
If you're not making videos that you know are targeted towards children, then you're okay.
Yeah.
If you make stuff about Legos, animated characters, RC cars, maybe Gundam wings, who knows? I don't know what all kind of toy channels are out there, but you legitimately make your stuff for adults. Maybe you have some harsh language in there. The FTC has already said they understand. They're going to go case by case if somebody does mess up, and it's going to be reviewed by an actual person that understands the industry. So if you are legitimately not making videos targeted at children, you have nothing to worry about. Not a single thing. Just try to do your best to mark your videos accurately.
There's a button. Everybody knows this. If you've clicked on the make a video, there's a button that
absolutely
says adult or not. You click adult.
Very simple. If you make a channel and you did do a slime video with your child, go ahead and mark it for children, and you'll be okay.
I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about. We're going to go into a dark subject. Right
Okay, we're 45 minutes deep. We can go a little darker.
What about people who get bullied for having adult content? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Bullied for having adult.
For example, if we mark our content as adult,
Uh-huh.
we get pushed in the back of the line.
That's okay. Okay, that's a very good question. If we are marking as an adult, according to what we were learning as YouTube, you get pushed to the back of the line. So now that these new rules, as YouTube is preemptively trying to jump the gun of a $170 million lawsuit, do we, as adult marking members, get pushed to the back of the line?
Oh, we absolutely do get
All right.
to the back of the line.
So it's a double-edged
It
motherfucking sword.
is definitely been stated by YouTube employees that if you mark your video as for adults 18 or older,
YouTube,
that a lot of your stuff is definitely put to the back of the line, and they'll kind of show it to people.
Go ahead. I'm going to assume that what we talk about 75% of it is not considered children content. Does that mean that we are considered an adult video?
yes.
Now here's this thing.
I mean, we're not catering to children. We don't have children clickbait.
No,
Right.
it's
Never.
definitely always the man's face here. But so YouTube,
I'm the face.
YouTube person out there on our video watching, and anybody that may subsequently watch this video later, there is a grading system for every single channel out there, just like TV shows. Dish TV or Y, G, PG.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah.
YouTube knows your channel
Yeah.
rating, but
Yeah.
they won't share it with us, and I think that is unfair.
Okay,
Because
YouTube.
in this situation where channel creators need to know as much as possible to stay compliant, and again, the FTC, it's under investigation. There's no rules out because they haven't made the rules yet, so there's no date. As soon as they release the rules, they're going to tell you a date.
Okay, YouTube, we're trying to shout out. I know nobody gives a shit about our channel. We are so low key right now, but as people that actually observe and give a crap about YouTube, we actually watch you a lot. Make this crap a little clearer. If I'm clicking the adult button, be in the front. There's no because my content is aimed at that shit.
Here's another question. It's slightly off subject, and it came up because my wife was setting up her laptop today. She has Windows S mode, so she can put apps on there and all that other BS. So as she was putting YouTube on her desktop, it asked her, would you like to download YouTube Kids? What the hell is YouTube Kids? And if we have a program already called YouTube Kids,
Right.
why is this a problem?
Right.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Question.
Guys, you hear that question?
And I've got the perfect answer, guys. All right. So YouTube's Kids exists. That's a part of the problem because even YouTube Kids having no comments and stuff by default, you can't make like a YouTube Kids account, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe a basic version, but not like your regular YouTube account. You know?
For sure.
Again, you shouldn't be able to save stuff. To my knowledge, I never used a YouTube Kids account. I know there's definitely no comments. Probably shouldn't be able to like and dislike or save anything, just like you are now on the regular YouTube if you mark your stuff as for kids. But they were still collecting data on YouTube Kids, and that's probably where they were saying, "Look, we got all these kids, and we can prove it." But so YouTube Kids does exist, and YouTube Kids is okay. The FTC said it's a good platform, so to speak. If they would have just not collected data, YouTube Kids is perfect.
If that's the case, they need to be these people who are under investigation or whatever. Whoever's safe, whoever's not safe, they need to go to YouTube Kids, and that's where their content needs to be streamed.
Maybe YouTube could just guide them to that. If you put some crap up there that qualifies for that, just push you into that direction.
Cartoon Network and Adult Swim are two different things, but they appear in the same channel.
Right.
We all know what they are.
Right.
Disclaimers before it comes on. Your children should be in bed by 9 o'clock anyway.
Okay.
What if we have YouTube Kids in YouTube? Why is this an issue? And once again, what you were saying, it was about the marketing and the targeting ads.
Yeah.
If these guys are all on YouTube Kids, a smaller platform platform that's more controlled.
I know the problem.
Go.
The key word is more controlled.
The problem is you're letting your freaking kids get on the internet
Which
at age like 9. It's like quit putting the phone in front of your kid at age 9 and give him a coloring book and go ride a bicycle.
That's a lot of realistic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too real. Oh, you can't handle that. Oh, you can't handle that.
That's
we don't have cable is the
Personal-
response.
I'm gonna
That's why we let our
Listen.
kid watch YouTube.
Oh,
Let them
fucking
watch
fuck.
YouTube Kids.
Listen. You want to know how many devices are in my actual home? 3. I have my cell phone. My girlfriend has her cell phone and her laptop for work.
Do
And that is-
consoles count?
No. Well, I mean,
I that's because you understand how
Sure.
advanced stuff is now.
sure.
Yes.
Everything's a smart. Your TV can be considered a device.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh yeah. No, I included TV and
That's fine.
everything. That is the only electronic devices
There's
in
been
my
5
house.
days of school this week. Out of the 5, my child watched TV 1 of them. I'm not saying that that's the norm. I get it. I'm a little fucking weird. Don't pay attention to me.
Hey,
But he reads books. He comes home and he builds things. That's the thing. So maybe if you wouldn't let your kid just sit on YouTube all day long, just clicking in the corner, maybe this crap wouldn't happen to where YouTube would have to freak out about this kind of stuff.
And now here's my also
I'm sorry, that's my own problem. Don't listen to me.
personal opinion.
Unprofessional opinion. Don't listen to me.
Let's watch your day.
Yeah, my unprofessional personal opinion to YouTube. Hey, YouTube, listen up, man. I might tell you something interesting that you want to hear, bro. Listen. So, here's what I think all you need to do is make it able for kids to sign up for YouTube under the premise that that channel or whatever is connected to an adult's Google account that thus then has to verify that child is on YouTube, and it is okay
Google
for
does
that to happen.
Google does it.
Then they have, because another problem with collecting children's data is the inability to verify that the adult said okay. So if you connect the child's YouTube to an adult Google account, which is easily verifiable, you can two-factor Google account.
Google, you can do that. My son,
Connect the child's account to a proven adult Google account
and he
and
has to
have them verify it, and then there's
Every
your
single
legal verification.
Every
Problem
single time.
solved, bro.
Problem
Go
solved.
home. Let's have a good day.
Just verify some stuff. Like pay attention to with the kids' content, and give the children have to go to their parents and say, "Can I watch this video?"
And I mean, and then
That's it.
you can put so many different options in between the connection of the child's account and the proven adult's account. Hey, do you want your kid to be watching this stuff?
My child.
Do you want to limit your kid's
When I
time?
hooked up his Google account, even if he was far away, if he wanted to download an app, it sent me a text that said, "Hey, can I download this app?" YouTube adaptability because you got
YouTube is
$millions of dollars.
subsequently owned by Google, so anything that Google can do can be implemented on YouTube.
So just have the ability.
Yeah, again,
Now I get it. Here's back up a question because we have parents that don't watch the videos. Perhaps the kid comes to the parent and says, "Hey, can I watch that video?" Backtrack to advertising to children.
Okay, well, you still get it. Okay, so say
It says Pokemon.
I think what you're asking.
Can I watch this video? It looks like Pokemon.
Well, no, that goes back to the whole connect the accounts
Yes.
and verify. You know, if you connect your child's account to your
Maybe you have to watch the video for a minute before the child can watch.
that's
it. My daughter's in middle school and she watches some weird shit sometimes. Like she watches these weird Five Nights at Freddy videos and all that.
Right.
But the whole thing is we don't have a problem with it because she doesn't delve into anything that would be considered dangerous, quote unquote, because she knows that we're constantly hovering over her shoulder every 10 minutes.
For sure.
So
If you're paying attention,
even you as a child, it's all like, why would you do anything when your parents are in the house, let alone hanging over your shoulder?
Yeah. There's so many elements here. I hate to put the burden on YouTube to have to do this. I see the reason that they're doing what they're doing. I get it. CYA, cover your ass. But why are we dropping the burden off the parents? The parents work the fuck up.
I have an offline comment.
Offline comment, good. There we
Becca
go.
commented. She said that's what Xbox Kids accounts are done for.
That's what Chad here said. I have a friend's kid on my gold account, and they have a kid's account, and I get an email on the activity for the week.
Yep.
Why is this such a
Google?
Do that.
Thank you, Microsoft. Is that why you can't do it, Google? Because Microsoft already beat you with a punch.
Google does that with their store. Google does that with their store. Why have they not adapted this?
Yeah, you were right. You were saying that it gave you notifications.
Give me a notification.
Okay, so again, if you can connect an adult's account to a kid's account in the
55 minutes deep. Are you here right now? Is anybody paying attention? Of course she is. We got 6 people. We got 2 likes. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe.
Yeah, man.
Don't put yourself in the dick again.
What the fuck?
No.
We got 7 likes.
Yeah, we did.
We've been on point tonight. We are 55 minutes deep on our episode. Yo, this is a lot, guys. Do you get it? The whole point of this is to calm
down. Nobody's suing you yet.
Nobody is suing you.
You can't be sued without official guidelines. And there's no official guidelines because it's under investigation.
It's like if I murdered 5 years ago and all of a sudden now they made murder illegal. Why would the murder 5 years ago count? Just calm down.
They're going to figure it out. So
They're going to figure it out.
Okay, so some closing comments on the whole FTC Coppa thing. So FTC does have a place again, and we'll try to get it in the description, where you can go leave a comment. Please leave an educated comment channel. And if you, again, a lot of people are bringing up the fact, I just watch YouTube. I don't create videos. What is the big deal? Again, if this goes wrong, is intelligent as the FTC is going to try to handle it. If it does go wrong, or your favorite creators don't calm down, you might lose them.
Yeah.
So we need.
There's a lot of people freaking out.
We definitely need to encourage the FTC to hurry up and give us some official guidelines.
Give us
what is what,
because I know they're going to apply this to every other website app eventually.
This is again that in the press conference, Mr. freaking Andrew Smith was talking about how president this freaking $170 million fine is because it's so big. He said it precedes every single other fine they have done since the Child Online Privacy Protection whatever agency in 1996 or 98, something like that. But yeah, so it's beat all of those by tenfold. And he was bragging again. Mr. Andrew Smith was bragging so hard about how big this fine was. So again, it's really all money motivated.
Yeah, it's all money motivated. So
even if you have 750,000 subscribers, you're not on the radar, really, bro. They've got time.
YouTube is more scared than the people. YouTube. Yeah, you guys need to calm down. This is like your dad.
Just stay away from Oreos.
Yeah, quit broadcasting to children if you're broadcasting to children.
Look, again, yes, the only way you're going to be fine is if you are proven to be targeting children and you say you aren't. So if you know you are, then
stop.
Yeah, just don't.
Simple.
Don't do it. And if you make Lego videos or action figure videos or diecast model videos or RC videos, and you are legitimately not creating it to target children,
put something else on the cover photo. So
don't even put something on the cover photo. A lot of people are doing disclaimers in the first 5 to 10 seconds of their video, or if you even just throw a disclaimer in the ad or in the description of the video.
So we have YouTube Kids, right?
Yes.
Why don't we have late night YouTube for adults?
There is a more adult section of YouTube, but again, if you push that 18-year-old button, it's hard to find. So unless you know how to find them,
what if we made a whole separate platform? Then it's just what's the confusion?
Man, I think that's a whole nother episode.
Man,
it's this is YouTube.
We're coming
Kids.
back tomorrow night. If you guys have made it again, we're 59 minutes deep. We're about to shut it down. Thank you guys for the 3 thumbs up.
Still?
We are still at 6 viewers. Thank
Nice.
you guys for being here. We'll bring it back tomorrow night. We'll bring it back and talk about it a little bit more if you guys want to bring it.
Yes, please leave your questions, your comments. If you don't agree with something I said, man, say it.
If you don't like me, tell me how you don't like me. I don't give a crap.
Get that bell on and come back tomorrow and see what we got to say about it
tomorrow night.
But again, we promise, stop freaking out. It's gonna be okay. They're
down.
not telling us anything because they can't tell us anything because nothing's officially happening yet.
This is
Nobody's
YouTube
officially going to be
just
fined
stepping
yet.
out, just being preemptive. about
January
what we're doing.
1st is not the official date. They can't say anything about fines. They can't say anything about dates. And they can't say anything about how they're going to do it
Thumbs up.
because it's under investigation.
Subscribe.
So calm down, guys.
If you have made it 1 hour into us, you are intellectually fit to continue. You have made it. You guys are awesome because
You're at the spot.
We-
You're at Courtney's G spot.
yeah, you have found my G spot, and you are stimulating me beyond relief. Thank you guys for
Because of that, this is now adult content.
Yeah, we're always adult content. We will always make somebody
we are
mad.
definitely here for the 21 and upper crowd.
Yeah, I don't need your
We
your
want
baby
people that are
crap.
dealing with actual life.
We
you
want
know?
real problems, not the fact that nobody give you a like on your Twitter. I'm 15 episodes deep and nobody cares about me. I don't care. You guys are the real people. They're the only ones that come around. So thank you again for being with us.
If you made it
DC.
this far, like, subscribe, get that
Like.
bell on.
Subscribe. Do it again. We'll be here tomorrow night live at 9 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys for being here. We love you all. And we'll see you again tomorrow night. And remember, the only you that you need to be is you.
And more importantly, now than ever, don't forget to live it fully every day.
At your favorite grocery store.
That's your favorite person. Love you guys. Thank you all. Later.
Peace.
Oh.